What happens when a right-wing Jewish Trump supporter and a left-leaning Palestinian Bernie fan get into the same restaurant back stockroom? Fireworks, baby. That's what John Dolder said. Episode 93, business news, other shit. What's up, y'all? We had Howard Weitzman. This dude is a big-time real estate dude here in Chicago. We talked a lot of good business. This dude, by the end of it, walked us through one of his largest, funnest deals. He did a 320 unit building. It was an old freezer building that he converted into lofts, and he had to go through a whole lot of hoops, especially with the government, to make that happen. But before we got to that, this dude was talking some crazy ass shit. Yeah, what was he saying? So I brought up the whole Tree of Life Pittsburgh synagogue shooting. I'm like, yo, how can you support Trump, dude? And he was fucking blaming the synagogue and saying they should have had security. I'm like, dude, you're crazy, man. So we didn't disagree on everything, though. A lot of Palestine Israel stuff we disagree on, of course. But we did agree on work ethic and how his dad raised him and how my dad raised me. We did agree on how politics is full of a bunch of bullshit. And we did agree on real estate and smart moves and how to make moves in real estate. Ready for some fireworks? You can enjoy this one then. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode, y'all. Peace. We got Howard, Mr. W. Weitzman. Did I say your name right?
No.
Weitzman?
No.
What is it?
W.
This guy. So the thing I respect a lot about you, Howard,
yes,
is you've been doing real estate in Chicago for decades.
Probably, yes.
I'm not sure how old you are, so I didn't want to say centuries.
I'm 80.
80?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you got some wisdom to teach us.
Well, there's a lot of people that are 80 that don't have any wisdom.
That's true.
They're smart, but not too much wisdom.
The thing I liked about
That's
you...
like our politicians.
Smart,
most of them.
Smart, but what?
No wisdom.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're right. Although, come on now. What do you think of Bernie Sanders? You're Jewish, right?
I think he's a communist.
Okay. And how do you feel? First of all, he's a democratic socialist.
No, he's not a democratic socialist. He's a communist.
Come on.
Call him what he is.
He's not a communist.
He sure is.
Why do you say he's not? Why do you say he's not a democratic socialist?
Because he's not. He knows nothing about a democracy. In fact, we're not a democracy. We're a republic.
Okay, I agree. But so you're anti-Bernie?
Absolutely.
Really? I would not. And I guess if this was 20 or 30 years ago, I wouldn't have expected a Jewish man to say that about another Jewish man.
I think most of the liberal Jews are crazy.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
Say more.
Why would I say more? They know where they
Did you, with all due respect, I want to say this in a respectful way, not in an insulting way. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
You did?
Absolutely.
All right. So I've been wanting to meet a guy like you so I can understand and learn.
What's to understand? He's a businessman.
Yes.
You're a businessman.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But there's businessmen with heart and there's businessmen with a rock under their ribs.
Oh, so explain that to me in reference to him. There
is a highly feminine, if you will, aspect of reality, of humanity, compassion and mercy.
Okay.
And much of our culture hates that. And I feel like even though it's hard to practice compassion and mercy, a person in business, a person in the world of sports, athlete, whatever, they can practice that compassion and mercy. My question to you is, do you feel Trump is a compassionate businessman or not?
I think he is.
Do you have anything
I think he's a New Yorker. New Yorkers are all caustic.
Yes, they're all very caustic.
Yeah, they're caustic.
But there's some compassionate caustic.
Oh, I think he is very good. What has he done to show that he's not?
Oh, come on. Where do we start?
Well, he let them. Should we talk about one lady out of jail? Gave her a pass.
I'm sure letting that one lady out of jail.
Oh, he left several out. He left even Bog out.
Come on, let's just go. Really
Our
simple.
Governor.
Let's go.
7 years they gave him.
Yeah.
7 years.
Sounded low to me.
Oh, it did?
He's a hunk of shit. Come on.
Oh, please.
You like Blagojevich?
No, I don't care for him at all. I happen to know him, but I don't particularly care for him. But 7 years is out of the question.
Really? For trying to sell a Senate seat?
Oh, well, then they should have put them all away.
What do you mean?
Who was he talking to about it?
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that.
Oh, well, where are they? Where are they? They didn't do one day.
But come on, intention is different than impact.
Intention. They probably called him first.
They have tapes showing that he's calling them.
Yeah, after they called him.
Okay. So, hold on. Let's not lose track.
So first of all, the government, who could believe what the government says?
Full agreement with you there, Howard. Boom.
See, listen, all governments.
Listeners, he just gave me a fist bump. That's right, baby.
All governments are terrible, but some are just better than others. And we happen to have a better one here.
Full agreement. We are definitely better than, let's say, Saudi Arabia.
Absolutely.
All right.
We're better than France, better than England. We're better than most.
You don't like the European ones?
Well, I'm just making an example.
Okay. All right. Going back to Trump. So you voted for him because he's a businessman, and that's your number one priority in thinking about our country.
No, it's not much. Well, that's part of it. But he has run up a deficit, which I don't like. But hey,
20 trillion? Are we up to?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's nothing to sneeze at.
But you got to look at it this way: how many more people did he put to work that are now paying taxes?
Yeah, I don't know how much credit I give him for that.
Well, why wouldn't you give him credit for that?
There was 6 years of that before he walked in the door.
No, they were only growing at 2%, less than that.
I mean, how much has it gone? I mean,
he's up to 3%, and he's hired a lot more people. Have gone to work. A lot of factories are reopened. A lot of factories have come back.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the net picture. Like
me neither. I don't claim to be the smartest guy in the room or the brightest light bulb, but
don't get me wrong. You cut taxes and you deregulate the shit out of our economy and our country, you're gonna get some growth. And if you threaten the Fed the way he did, you're gonna get some growth. They you know what I mean? They were very sensitive to how much they raised rates because he kept.
Well, first of all, the Fed, our bank, what do they call it?
Federal Reserve.
Federal Reserve. I don't know what we have it for. What do we have it for? We're paying ourselves? Is that what's going on?
The Fed?
Yeah. What is the Fed?
Number one, they control the supply of money.
So why can't the Treasury do that? They print it.
Yeah, I mean, they want some economists.
Do you understand that Kennedy wanted to cut the Federal Reserve out? If we find out why the poor guy got murdered, I don't know.
That's probably
well, they were supposed to let loose of it here 17 years later, but they haven't yet.
Who's loose of it?
The government was supposed to cut what the whole episode was about. 17 years now.
Oh, shit. Is that
But they haven't let loose of it yet.
They haven't let loose of it.
Yeah, they haven't turned it over.
Good. So
on the freedom and information. So why?
We, a Palestinian and a Jewish person, have found definitely one thing we can agree on, which is the government can't trust them for.
Well, what did Churchill say?
Churchill?
Yeah.
He said, I think something like, let's give Palestine to the Jews.
No. He said the government doesn't give you anything they've already taken from you.
That's the truth.
The whole truth, nothing but truth. So
I'll agree with him on that, but everything else about his life, I don't agree with.
Why?
I don't know.
I think he saved the world.
You mean from Hitler?
Yeah, from a dictatorship, a world dictatorship.
See, I don't even see Hitler that different than Trump. You see him dramatically different?
Are you crazy?
I'm not crazy.
Who is he murdered?
Trump?
No, yeah. Who's he murdered?
I think that.
Who is he murdered? Come on, give me.
How many Jews?
Who is he murdered? Forget about the Jews. He only murdered 6 million of us, and there was another 50 million that went after that. He got rid of all the gypsies too. So, you know. And then when he went into Russia, he shot all the Russians. He didn't keep any Russian prisoners.
If we talk about the physical world, Trump does not compare to Hitler at all.
No.
Okay. If we talk about the metaphysical world, the ideology.
Well, give me what's the metaphysical world?
Okay, so let's just talk about Virginia. Do you remember that whole story? How he felt like the white supremacists who were at the Virginia. What was it? Is it called the Virginia Rally or whatever?
Well, wait a minute. First of all, we didn't even. You haven't. Were they white supremacists? Did somebody document that?
I believe it's confirmed, yes.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
there were some there.
What's it called? I'm forgetting all these names here. The dude who runs the alt left, alt right, whatever. He was there, and But anyway,
but they have a right to protest like
he's
anybody.
not stupid. He's a smart politician. He knows there's white supremacists and Ku Klux Klan in this country, and so he's pandering to them to get their vote. I mean, look, I'm not saying he's stupid. That's a smart way to get elected. But I'm also saying that's not.
Well, what do you think?
That's not justice. That's not.
Is he going to get elected again? You think?
With Biden taking the charge after Super Tuesday, I feel like he's got to. Yeah, I thought Bernie. Bernie is the opposite end of the spectrum of Trump. They're kind of the same person. They're able to rally the populist vote, but it doesn't feel like Bernie's going to get elected.
Yeah, well, Bernie's for Bernie. He's OP. He likes other people's money.
Other people's money.
Yeah, that's what he's going to spend. Your money. He's not going to spend his.
Yeah, I mean,
so he's a hypocrite.
Sure.
He's living in 3 houses. He's flying his own plane. He's telling them what I'm going to do with my money or how they're going to take my money. Okay,
Howard. He's got a couple $1 million. All right.
You better look.
You wipe your
into
butt
it.
with a couple $1 million.
Yeah. Well, it's more than a couple million. Okay.
Who, Bernie?
Yeah.
No, his taxes have been released. It's a couple $1 million.
Is that correct?
Yeah, he hasn't. This guy's 80 years old. How old is he, Howard? He's your age.
He hasn't worked too hard. He's been in the Senate.
That's true. But I believe for decades this guy didn't make anything, and just since he got big in the last election, he wrote some books. I don't know. You wouldn't do the same thing? Come on now. How can you shut up?
Well, let's look at. We should look at all the politicians. Where's most of the millionaires at now? Washington.
True.
Why? Why is that?
You know why? They are able to create laws that help them stay millionaires.
That to help their buddies, and then they get their. Yes,
yeah.
right.
Hell
So we're not following. What we should have done is listen to Washington. 3 terms and you're out. Go back to your regular job. None of them have regular jobs.
I agree. Ridiculous. I fully agree with you on that. No one should be able to stay, even the senators.
Absolutely. And then you shouldn't have anything to do with the government for 3 to 5 years.
Minimum. I would love for a guy like you or me to walk in there, do our duty the way we do jury duty.
Right.
And then we get out.
Right.
Go back to our job.
But they'll eat you alive.
Who's they?
Well, they're trying to eat Trump alive. He's going to get out at the end of his term. They keep saying, oh, he's going to stay there. So he's going to do this.
So do you think he'll get reelected?
Probably.
Yeah, I think
Probably.
Because
he resonates with the common people. You say with the skinheads. Sure, the skinheads are there. They're in every skinheads.
Well, but we have a history of a serious
no more history than any other country with it. Okay, we had slavery too, 250 years ago. Okay?
You're a Jewish man. You went to Yeshiva University, right?
Yeah, for 1 year.
1 year.
No, I didn't even make it a year. Let's put it that way.
They kicked your ass out?
Yeah.
All right. So here's my question to you. The synagogue,
yes.
The multiple synagogues that have been attacked.
Yes.
That were not attacked in that kind of way pre-Trump.
What's that kind of way?
I mean, multiple killings, murders.
Sure, they came there to make multiple killings. They didn't get away with it.
So you as
some of the places.
You as a Jewish man.
Yeah.
All right. How do you feel about that experience of those Jewish people getting killed in those synagogues?
Well, first of all, they should have had some security there.
Okay.
So they're living like a what can I say? Oh, they got a halo around their head. They have no clue. Personally, I think everybody like in this country should own a gun. A legal, law-abiding citizen should have the right to have a gun.
Okay, let's think about this. Let's talk about this, right? So,
and if you're running a synagogue and you know what's going on around you, you have protection.
Okay,
just like you would have at a mosque.
Sure, at a mosque.
Why wouldn't you do that?
So here we are at a.
Let me ask you: Do you go to a mosque?
Absolutely.
Okay, is there protection there?
No.
Why?
I agree with you. There should
Why?
be security. There should be security because we live in 2020 and there's crazy people in America.
Well, I go to a synagogue. I ask the rabbi, is there somebody here with... He says, yeah, we got 2 people here.
Perfect. That's good.
Right.
And, okay? And let's now discuss this. Do you feel there's some kind of spectrum, meaning it's not black and white, that possibly, because of the man in the White House, because of the culture of our country, that in some presidential terms, people get on their high horse a little more and they're like, oh, let me go kill some Muslims. Let me go kill some Jews. Do you believe that's possible?
No, I think no. I think they've been doing that for thousands of years.
Yeah.
So why it hasn't changed? There's bad people in this world.
There have been bad people. There are bad people.
And they're going to keep being bad people.
And they're going to keep being bad people.
Yes.
Now, do you think the leadership of a country has any impact on those bad people's decisions day to day?
I don't think anything he did that's going to stir up this country, that it would put one person against another. They've been raised like that, okay? They've been raised from the house.
Yes.
If you raise hate, you got hate, okay?
And there's no trigger, nothing that triggers them that says, you know what, I'm going to do this shit.
Yeah, well, did you see what Mr. Schumer just said about the Supreme Court?
What did he say?
Oh, we got to get rid of them.
The Supreme Court?
Yeah, 2 of them, because they voted the wrong way that he wanted, Mr. Schumer. And he made it very clear. He says, we're going to see we get rid of them.
But wait, I'm following. What's that have to do?
That was just lately. So so you're telling about stirring up problems?
Stirring the pot?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, but come on.
What do you mean, come on? Do you give me an example that Trump said we got to go out and kill people?
Okay. When he says on the Charlottesville attacks in Virginia, and when he says there's good people on both sides, just take that as an example.
Absolutely, there is.
You just said white supremacists are raised with hate.
Yeah, that's right. Well, they're probably at there too with good people.
I don't know, man. Okay.
Okay, so come on. You got 300 million people in this country.
My goal for talking to you about this is to understand, right? To get a sense, like get inside how you look at the situation, you know? And what I'm getting from you is...
I think that he's good for the country. I think that he's, first of all, would you rather live under a Chinese dictatorship?
No.
Well, that's what's going to go down.
What do you mean that's going to go down?
Well,
if they take over the world?
Yeah, they're moving right ahead. Yeah, they ain't worried about you.
They are. It kind of feels like...
Well, they steal all our stuff. They send their kids here to school. And we're not teaching our kids a damn thing.
I'm not going to lie to you, Howard. It feels like we're suddenly moving in that direction, too, for some reason.
Which way? What, the Chinese way?
Yeah.
Well, we've been the powerhouse of the world.
No, I'm talking about dictatorship.
Well, we're not moving to a dictator. Yeah, if you voted for Bernie, you'd never get rid of him. Yeah.
How's that? Why would we never get rid of him? That's the most powerful
What's his ideology?
That's the most powerful thing this country has, is that we have successively turned the presidency over.
So good, then vote him out. Come next election,
right.
vote against Mr. Trump.
Right.
Believe
me, I will.
That's you have a right to your vote.
I feel like what I don't get enough of, to be honest with you, is understanding what people who I respect, like you, and how they interpret.
Did you say you? I respect everybody. And if there's some people I love and there's some people I don't like, the ones I don't like, I don't stay around. God bless. Beautiful. You move on.
Okay, so let me ask you this about Bernie. So Bernie, so we have public schools, and they're
lousy here in this state. Let's put it that way. I don't know. I can't speak for the others. I'm not that smart enough.
But for the most part, it's a socialist idea where we all chip in for money to educate everyone. Would you agree with that or disagree with that?
Well, it's been like that. Our schools prior to, I can't put the finger, but in the 50s, our public schools were much better. 40s, 50s, 60s, they were much better.
My question is, I'm just going to make a statement. Those public schools that we all put in the kitty for, right? It's basically a socialist idea. Streets. We all share it.
Yeah, but we have private schools too that compete.
Absolutely.
Now, if you want to pay to send them, but now Mr. Trump has done a good thing. Says you want to go attend a private school, we'll pay for it. You can take a voucher, and that money that went to the public school is going to go to that school. Okay? So why shouldn't somebody have equal opportunities?
That's a good idea.
It is a good idea.
So
why did it take him to do it?
Hold on. So I'm not against that. If that's what I didn't know he did that. If he did that, I like that idea. Now, additionally, so schools, parks, streets, all this stuff is socialist. Why shouldn't healthcare be the same way?
Well, we got to do something with healthcare, and he is trying to do, but you can't.
First of all, I just want to.
We have to do something with healthcare. There's no doubt. I mean, but you know what? If a poor person goes to the hospital, they can't turn them away today.
Most hospitals will.
Although they can't.
I mean,
it's against the law. They got to see him.
I believe it depends upon the condition of the person. So if a person is literally gunshot wound,
but yeah, well, they take care of them. Yeah, well,
but I think
if they got cancer that's lasting a long time, no, they'll service.
You got to go to Stroger or somewhere, and you got to go. Good luck.
Oh, well, I think Stroger's probably better. My wife graduated from the county hospital.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
what
she was
year
a surgical.
Was that?
No, well, way back. She's since passed away.
50s?
No, back before then. She was a surgical nurse.
Wow, this is like 30s and 40s. So wait,
I'm 40, so she was old. In the, let's see, probably in the 50s when she went to that.
So let's get back. So, okay, Bernie, Trump, whatever, we disagree, but at least I got some understanding from you. You're 80 years old, so you were born in
1940.
1940.
Right.
And your wife, you got married when? 18 years old?
No, I was married twice.
Okay.
I did get married when I was 18, but I got the divorce.
Got it. So
she was an annulment.
Annulment. She was a surgical nurse.
No, not my first wife. My second wife was a surgical nurse.
Got it.
That's where my daughter was born through her.
What's an annulment?
Annulment it's void ab initio.
John, do you know what that means?
An annulment?
No, void ab initio. No,
either
that
one,
means
annulment or void ab initio.
It never happened. That's what that means.
It never happened.
That's right.
It's
wiped off.
It's like what do they call it in golf when you hit a
mulligan?
Ball? A mulligan.
Yeah, mulligan.
It's a marriage mulligan.
Yeah.
All right.
Void ab initio.
Now, was it her choice or your choice?
What? Was her choice.
Okay, you almost hesitated there.
Well, I would say it was her family's choice.
Really?
I don't know whose choice it was.
So you and her hooked up, and then her dad met you, and she's like, "Get the fuck
No, I
out
should have
here."
stayed with her dad. That's where I should have stayed.
Why? What do you mean?
He had a big business in New York. He liked me.
Howard Weitzman. That's why I like you. You're all about dollars and cents, brother.
No.
So, okay, this podcast, I like to teach listeners how to make cheddar. Do you know what cheddar is?
Cheese, cheddar cheese.
Yes. In what the young kids refer to it as is money.
Yeah, okay.
They say cheddar. So
it's simple.
What's simple?
Making money.
Okay.
Especially in this country. It's so much opportunity, you have no clue.
What was in your 80 years of life?
Yes.
In your 60 years of your career, did you do real estate your whole 60, like all 60 years?
Probably on and off with my dad, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was the biggest deal you were part of?
I don't go into my deals, okay? The thing is, my dad taught me how to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and go to work.
God bless your dad.
Okay? And anything you go to work at and you go to 6 o'clock in the morning and you put your time in, you're going to be a success at it.
My dad taught me, it's work ethic.
Right.
God bless my dad's soul. He passed away last year. That's exactly what he taught me too.
Yes.
Hustler. It's called hustler. Have you heard that term?
Not even hustle. It's just good sense.
Good sense.
Okay.
Work ethic.
And that's our problem. I can't remember the philosopher. I think it was Voltaire. What does he say? Common sense isn't common anymore.
When did he say that? In the 1800s?
I don't know. Who the hell knows? I can't remember. I know it's one of the philosopher's quotes.
Common sense isn't
common anymore.
That was I think 1800s. John, can you look up Voltaire and let us know when he said that?
Okay.
Or when he lived?
I think it was Voltaire. One of the philosophers.
Didn't Voltaire invent like the volt?
No.
I'm pretty sure that's true.
No, I don't think so.
The volt came from Voltaire.
No, the vote came from
Howard.
Yes.
So wait a minute. I brought you on this podcast for you to share some of your experience and wisdom.
That's my experience. And my dad would put me with the crew. He was a shopkeeper. We had, like I said, he had a pawn shop. He was in the pawnbroker. He was raised in pawn shops too, I guess, when he was younger. He had a pawn shop. He used to drag us down there, my three brothers. The only one who got to stay home was the sister. You know, she could sleep late. We couldn't sleep. And if you didn't want to go to work, he'd put your clothes out in the hall and say, go sleep on the park bench.
No shit.
Yeah, he was rough.
Yeah. Well, my dad was kind of like that too. He didn't do the clothes on the park bench.
We're cousins. And,
hey, yo.
They taught you how to go to work over there, right?
He did. God rest his soul. This restaurant, he came here every day, 7 a.m. Boom.
I seen him here. They sort of heavy-set gentleman.
When was this?
Well, I used to come here with Karosh.
Oh, that's right.
You know Karosh?
You told me we got on the phone with him that one time.
Yeah, he's an Iranian.
Yeah.
An artist.
All right,
and he's happy to be here.
Francois Marie Arquette, also known as Voltaire, was born in November 21st, 1694.
1694.
So in the
and died
1700s.
in May 30th, 1778.
Whoa, that guy lived 84
See,
years?
philosophers got good common sense. See, so
84 years.
Yeah, in that day and age.
That says a lot. And he said, okay, all right, cool.
Well, he made lots of quotes.
Can you find out if he invented the volt?
No, he didn't invent the volt. Not
do you-
back then.
how do you know?
They didn't even have electricity back then.
Are you old enough to know him?
No. But I feel like I know because I read about him. I got taught that in school. That's the trouble. They don't teach philosophy or history. If you don't know where you came from, you have a hard time knowing where you're going. Okay? You know where you were born. You know what you were raised. You know what you were taught. Well, a lot of these kids out here have no clue.
Recently, I told the dude, hey, Sam, how you doing? I'm like, so do you know your name is biblical? Your name comes from, do you know anything about your name? He's like, no, I don't know. Like, do you know there's a prophet named Samuel? Nope, never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
It's your name, for God's sakes. You're named after this guy.
I hear you. So
What's Howard? Do you know what Howard means?
No.
Well, how the hell are you going to know where you're going if you don't know where you've been?
My name is Chaim.
Oh, is it really?
That's my Jewish
El
name.
Chaim?
Chaim.
Oh,
Yes.
Chaim.
Life. Yes. Chaim.
Chaim. Life.
Life. Yes.
Chaim. I'm trying to think if there's an Arabic.
So sure, you got an Arabic name. Absolutely.
Chaim. Yeah, I'm a builder.
What?
My name means builder.
Ah.
To build. One who builds.
Well, that's what they should have named me. That's what I do, building.
All right. So we want to
Look
learn.
at that water main. See that? Look at that big water main.
I do see it. We're in the back stockroom of Cedars, y'all, and he's pointing out a big-ass water main.
Yeah, that's your sprinkler system. It's separate.
Yes.
A separate system.
It is a separate system. They've been telling me the fire department says it's outdated, so they need to come fix it, or someone needs to update it.
Yeah, that's the plumbers union.
Ah.
Just to get
Paying
you
off
for
the
more
fire
money.
department? Yeah.
Why would this 2-story building need updated on this? Although that sprinkler head's missing.
That head is missing, yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing. But that's different than updating the whole system.
Yeah, why? Why do they say you got to update it?
So if the city of Chicago is listening right now,
What the hell was that? What did you say?
I don't know. I had a little bit of cum in the mouth.
Oh, well, get in on it.
All right, City of Chicago what?
If the city of Chicago is listening right now, then we're pointing out all the flaws today.
I know, right? They're going to come down here and be like...
Are they? Oh, they're looking at all.
Why are you so far from the mic?
I don't like things in my face.
Even big phallic looking
I don't
things?
get in anybody's face.
I got you.
That's the first. Don't stand close to somebody, especially if he's your enemy. You stay away.
I need my personal space.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you need your fighting space.
There you go.
Right.
All right. On that note, get out of my lap,
That's
Howard.
right. Don't stay in my face.
All right. So I want to know the link between the deals you did that are big, and you waking up.
Listen, my deals are big because I get up at 6 in the morning.
Yes.
Even now, I get up at 6 in the morning and I go to work.
Where do you go to work?
I go to work at my office. And don't ask me where it is. I don't need everybody coming there.
That's fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
We don't have millions of people listening.
Yes.
Only hundreds of thousands.
And I'm not such a big real estate person, okay? I'm average.
Average.
Yeah.
What does average mean to you?
I can eat 3 meals a day, and I have a roof over my head, and I got a couple bucks in the bank. I'm a lucky person.
Is each buck equal to about $1 million?
I have no idea what that is.
All right.
See, that's your problem.
What?
See, your dad didn't teach you right.
Teach me. Teach me.
My dad said, son, don't look in anybody else's pocket. You don't know what they went through to get it. So I don't look in other people's pockets.
Very true. Very
you know?
true. Now, I don't want you to interpret me as looking in your pocket.
I'm only pulling your leg. See,
you can yank my chain all you want.
I'm yanking your chain.
No, but I want to understand, right? There's people listening who are like, yo, I'd love to be able to do what Howard
You are doing.
Weitzman.
You are doing. What
Yeah,
I'm
but
doing. You come to work. You got a nice business going here. Okay, streamline it a little more, and then start to franchise it.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
But there's people who want to do real estate who listen on this podcast.
Well, that's real estate. McDonald's isn't in the food business. They're in the real estate business.
Ray Kroc knew what he was doing.
Yes, he sure did.
Not a dumb
Very
man.
smart man.
Not a dumb man at all.
Right.
All right. So I'm saying that, what wisdom about real estate are you willing to share, if anything, Howard?
Real estate.
You're becoming a really difficult guest at this point, by the way.
Is that right? Come on, director here, pitch in.
I'm just sitting here watching the fireworks.
I
Honestly.
see. What fireworks? Is there fireworks going on?
Palestinian Jew.
Where were you
Trump,
born?
Democrat,
Where were you
Bernie.
born? In Gaza?
No, I was born here, but I've been to Palestine many times.
Which part?
All over. The Israeli parts, the Palestinian parts, Ramallah, Tel Aviv, Ramla, Hebron, Khalil in Arabic, Nablus, Jenin, you name it. I was I would do some work for the U.S. government, so they would have me kind of like a citizen.
You were a spy.
A spy for,
God bless you.
Yeah, for the Palestinians. I brought back a lot of good information.
Yeah, good.
I did a lot. But why do you ask that question?
Well, I just like to know because.
How about you? Where were you born?
Here, right here in Chicago.
Why'd you go to yeshiva?
But my dad thought I should be a rabbi, and I went to the Jewish day schools here.
You did.
Yeah.
So
I got I would say a decent education, in spite of myself.
What now?
You get it?
Yes, I do get it 100%.
In spite of myself.
That's true for all of us, though, Howard.
Yeah, well, they beat it into you a little bit. See,
that's right.
The public schools, you can't touch the kids no more. They need a good whack.
Yeah, I hear you on that. But there's a way to communicate verbally as well, besides physically.
As some people you can't.
It's in between hits.
You just say a few words in between the hits?
Yeah, you say the words in between the hits.
Fear is a great teacher.
It can be.
No. Think back in your life.
You just said an absolute statement. Fear is a great teacher.
Yes.
Fear can also be a really shitty teacher.
Well, it is, I'm sure, if you get the wrong experiences out of it.
That's right.
You got that right. So parents are very important.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Very important.
There, you nailed it. Is a parent understanding
right.
the finer, how we say, distinguishing what type of fear to use.
Wisdom.
There you go. Using wisdom to distinguish fear.
You're right.
Yeah. I do with my daughter. She doesn't want to wash her hands or brush her teeth. Right. I tell her, I love you, honey. Do you know that there's something called germs? And so I'm using
And what
fear.
about, did you slap her around a little bit?
Hell no, man.
I do
my
mine.
daughter?
I used to box with my daughter. I told her what if you don't want to be around some man, you give him a whack right upside the head.
This is some $1 million baby shit.
Okay.
You used to box with your daughter?
Yeah.
In the ring?
No, around the house.
The hell you talking about,
Yes,
man?
and
You
I
can have
put her to work.
DCFS knocking on your door tomorrow.
Oh, not now. That's back then.
That's right. There's
It's
statute of
terrible.
limitations.
Yeah, I used to tell her, here,
said,
toughen you up. And she was a swimmer at school, at the high school. She was a champion swimmer.
Okay. So how old is she now?
50.
Does she still
She's
box?
my partner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's a lawyer now.
Okay, great. So how did you used to box with her?
Just open hand.
Okay, so like almost like
nothing to punching, but just get her in the mood,
toughen her up a little bit.
Toughen her up.
That I can feel. I feel you on that.
Yeah, well,
Almost
you don't
like
want some man manhandling your daughter, do you?
No.
Unless she wants to be.
Right.
Okay, it's because once they're grown up, you don't control them.
That's right. They make their own choices.
They make their own choices. Okay. She was a smart girl. She got a nice husband. He's my partner too. He's a lawyer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Family biz.
Yes. Just like you're here with your dad's thing.
That's right.
So drag your daughter down here. Put her to work.
One day. She's 3 years old right now, Howard.
Oh, well, God bless her. Well, then you get starting at the right spot.
Why did they kick you out of rabbi school?
It's a long story.
John, you have time?
We got some time.
No, I don't want to get into it.
Why not?
Well, it was a heavy Italian neighborhood at that time.
Oh, yeah, up north?
Yeah. 186 in Amsterdam. You know where that is? Washington Heights.
I do, yeah, not far from Columbia.
Yeah, that's down the street.
I stayed there for a little bit.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Second-rate school compared to the yeshiva.
Oh, is that? It's a yeshiva. I thought you could say University of Chicago.
No, yeshiva. And the University of Chicago is definitely a second-hand school to the yeshiva. Absolutely. Believe me.
All right. So why? So tough Italian neighborhood. Did you get in some trouble?
At that time, the dormitory was about a half a block from the university.
Okay.
Now I've been back up there. Boy, they own it's a big campus up there now.
Legit, right?
Yeah. So one morning, they used to get us up to, what do you pray, 5 times a day?
We do.
Do you?
Yeah, how many times?
Do you do?
Yes, I try.
You try. Okay, so at least you're not telling me a story.
No.
I'm supposed to pray 2 times a day. I try.
There you go.
Okay. But you're supposed to get up in the morning, which they did. And you know what tefillin is?
What?
Tefillin.
Tefillin.
You see it with the Jews, with the thing on the arm?
I know what a yarmulke is.
No, the tefillin is got the 10 Commandments.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Okay, and you're supposed to put that on every morning.
On your head?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you're supposed to wrap it on your hand that you don't kill with.
Okay.
Okay? So
Which hand was that for you?
Your left.
Okay.
You kill with your right.
Meaning
if you're left-handed, you put it on your right.
Like sacrificing a cow or a lamb or a
right,
chicken?
right.
Gotcha.
And this is to give you, and you say certain prayers in the morning that, you're happy to be up and that give you the sense to guide your life properly.
Right. Do you still say those prayers?
Some of the religious rabbis are trying to get me to come back to the fold a little bit. Yes. No, I'm not that religious, but I'm committed to Judaism.
Okay. All right.
You know what Einstein said?
Einstein.
He said, I'll give
Einstein was a democratic socialist. I don't know if you want to quote him.
No, Einstein was a Jew, but he never.
And a democratic
socialist. He wasn't a practicing one.
Okay.
So he said when he died, he says, when the snail leaves a shell, what is he?
When a snail leaves a shell.
When a snail leaves his shell, what is he? This is what Einstein said. He's still a snail.
He's still. I thought you were going to say a butterfly.
No, he's still a snail. Okay. So that's what he said. When a Jew leaves the shell, what is he? He's still a Jew.
There you go.
That's what he said.
That's okay.
Yes, he wasn't practicing, but he believed it.
So you were half a block away from the school.
It's nice school.
One day you were walking.
So we'd walk together, but a crowd, say about, I think that morning there was about 6 of us walking to the school, and a bunch of Italian boys. We called them Dagos back then. Nice
Something
guy.
tells me you still use that word.
I do.
He switched over to
It doesn't
WAP.
bother me. What?
You switched over to WAP a couple.
In the 90s?
Yeah, in the
Switched over to
90s, it
WAP.
was more popular to say WAP.
Oh, WAP. Oh, WAP.
WAP.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, without
yeah.
papers.
Yeah, WAP. Dago. Same thing.
So you decided to yell at one of
So
them?
no. We had a little guy in our crowd named Israel Shapiro.
Okay.
Izzy, we called him.
Doesn't sound Jewish at all.
No, he was, could be Italian. Shapiro's an Italian name.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they sort of singled him out. He looked like the weakest. You know what I'm saying? So they started.
Well, what's sad about that is the Italians singled out the Italian Jew.
Well, they didn't know his name. You understand? Right. But they singled him out. See? So I said to the rest of the crowd, let's go back and help him.
Hell yeah.
We don't do that here. We don't fight here.
What?
That's just what I said.
Get the F out of here.
So I went back and I said,
no man left behind. You got to be an ally.
Yeah, right. Well,
have his back.
Some of us,
were they kicking his ass?
That's what they were doing.
And you guys kept fucking walking. Wait. We got to get in the story. So you guys are walking. They single him out.
And they start whacking him around.
And you guys kept walking the moment they saw him?
No, I didn't. I said, hey, let's go back and give him a hand.
No. When you say let's go back, that means you guys have moved forward to some degree.
That's right. They have moved forward. So
and you moved forward with him.
Yeah. But then I turned around and I went back.
Good.
I says, hey.
How old were you? 18?
He's 58.
Okay.
Somewhere around 60. I don't know.
Okay.
If I remember. So I said to him, I says, hey, you did enough, leave him be. So one of them took off his, you know what a garrison belt is?
Do you know, John?
No clue.
It's what the police wear, that big belt, what they have their gun hanging on. It's got a big buckle on it. Called a garrison belt.
The Italian
the
dude
uniform.
wearing a garrison belt?
No. That's like the police wear. But that's what they wear.
Here,
here, I got a big belt on like that, but it's got a Masonic lodge.
Oh, you're a Mason?
Yes.
Oh, shit just got real.
Oh, yeah.
You got a Mason here.
52 years.
No shit.
Yeah.
All right, we got to talk about that next. But hold on.
A lot of your folks are Masons.
That's right. The
Absolutely.
Fez.
No, that's a Shriner.
Oh, Shriner's different than a
It's
Mason.
a little, they're higher up.
All right, you're about to teach me. But hold on. So one of them is wearing a big ass belt, a Garrison belt.
Yeah, it's a wide leather belt with a big buckle, and they shave the buckle like a razor blade.
Oh shit! It's basically a
So he pulls it out and he wraps it around his. That's where I learned to do it. Wraps it around his hand and he whacks me. You see the cut here?
I see it right there.
Whacks me over the top of the head and cuts my forehead open. I get a little crazy and I grab hold of him. I shove him in the street and the car hits him. He bounces off a car.
You threw him into oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I'm kind of okay with that, John.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Didn't bother me none.
Using your surroundings.
So wait, this is Amsterdam Avenue. Do you know how big that is?
It's huge.
A busy street.
Serious.
But it was early in the morning. So he bounced off. So I jump on him and I'm choking.
Wait. He bounced off the car?
Yeah, he didn't get run over into the side of the
I should
car.
not be laughing at this poor guy, but...
So I jump on him and I'm going to kill him because I really am seeing blood. You know?
Right.
And I'm choking him.
Oh, shit.
And then his friends jump on top and start beating me. Believe it, that little Shapiro jumps on top of them, and the New York police show up.
Okay, good.
So they break it up. So they take me over to the dean's office. And the dean says to me, we're sitting in the office alone. The dean says, Mr. Weitzman, we don't fight with our neighbors around here. We have to live with them. And blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, Dean, I don't take an ass whipping from my dad anymore. Why would I take an ass whipping here? And he says to me, and then I got smart with him. He says, Mr. Weitzman, are you talking to me? So I looked around and I knew we were by ourselves. I said, I don't see anybody else in here, Dean. He says, you're out of this school.
Really?
Yep.
I'm not going to lie. You don't belong in that school.
No.
If that guy can't see what the fuck happened there.
Well,
is that the true story? You're not bullshitting me, are you?
No, I wouldn't bullshit.
It sounds pretty legit. Especially in the 50s in New York City. I believe that.
Well, but there's, the Jews got tough when they moved to Israel,
Yeah.
Real tough. Now, you talk to them here in town here, I try to develop some of their, their opinions, especially the liberal ones, but I can't get my head that far up my rectum.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Howard, what the Jews have done to Palestine, what the Israelis, especially the Zionists, have done to Palestinians, I think is what those liberal Jews are probably up in arms about. And it's the same thing. You can think of it. Here's the analogy. Do you know all those Mexican kids who have been put in prisons and families at the border?
Yeah. What about them?
That's kind of the equivalent. Even though, of course, the Palestinians did not try to cross any border.
That's right. They lived there.
Right. They lived there.
And the Palestinians that stayed in Israel after the supposedly uprising, they're still living there.
Not my parents. No, not me.
Oh, well, they're still living there. They didn't bail out. And they're in the Knesset, by the way. They have their own.
Yes, there's some Arab Israelis.
No, not some. There's quite a few.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Well,
no, they didn't leave.
What's your point?
Because the Israelis didn't push them out of Israel.
Just because Israel.
And after the uprising, they said, if you're living here, stay here.
Just because Israel doesn't oppress all Arabs.
Doesn't oppress any of them. It's a tough part of the neighborhood. It's just like us with the Indians. I feel bad what happened to the Indians here, but guess what? That's life. You know what my dad used to say? I tell him, my dad, it's not fair. He says, where is it written that it's going to be fair? Does it say anywhere in your Quran that it's got to be fair?
No.
Zero.
No, zero.
Absolutely.
And
he says, I run this house.
And guess what?
What?
That doesn't mean justice isn't important.
It is. That's right.
And then explain to me how you're saying justice is important.
Justice is important. That's like I said. If the Palestinians laid down their guns and they weren't blowing up school buses and stuff, they'd be working across the border. That wall wasn't put in until when did they put that wall up?
I
Do you know?
10 years ago, 15 years ago?
Yeah. Do you know prior to that, they used to cross the border all the time, work back and forth.
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
Some crazies wanted to...
Crazies, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Both sides, maybe.
Hey!
Both
now
sides.
we're starting to see
Well, that's
some
not
truth
only
and
that. I know
justice.
that Rabbi Kahana, they should have shot him a long time ago.
There you go.
Okay, but, so you got to learn how to get along.
So
That's
I
just
think-
like when I was in the Navy, okay? They put you in a dormitory or the barracks. Have you been in the service?
No, I haven't, but I've seen some of that.
Okay, so you're there with blacks, Orientals, all kind of religion, and you learn how to get along
Right.
real quick.
Well, if you don't, you're out.
Well, no, if you don't, you get your ass whipped.
That's true.
Okay, so that's what you got to learn, how to get along. So why can't they get along?
Like you said, and like I'm saying, there's assholes.
Politics.
There's assholes on both sides.
No, it's politics. It's
Okay.
money.
There you go.
That's what drives it.
Same thing in the United States of America.
Now, you go to, if you've been in Gaza, right?
I have not been to Gaza, no. I've been all around except Gaza.
Okay, well, go look along the ocean there. Who's living? Beautiful homes.
Yeah.
All the politicians.
Okay.
All your politicians. Same thing. They got Bibi Netanyahu. They're trying to fight him criminally. I don't know what he did. He probably stole some money like the rest of these politicians.
There you go.
Okay.
Now you're speaking some truth.
Well, the
And all
truth is the
the truth,
truth.
justice.
Well,
And
how does a politician that's making I don't know what our senators get paid today, $100 and some odd, 100,000. How does he retire as a multimillionaire?
right,
Explain it to me.
right. There's obviously shady shit going on. There has to be.
Obviously.
That's how our
Obviously.
government operates.
That's it. So,
All right.
but I didn't send them there to do that.
I could. What's that?
Did you send them there to do that?
Send the politicians?
Yeah, when you vote.
No,
I didn't
no,
send them
they
there
don't
to
speak
do
for us.
That's
I love when a politician says, "I speak for the American people." I'm like, "You don't speak for my ass." Hell
no. They
truth
speak
is-
against your ass.
They do. And the truth is, I don't think any politician could really speak for all of us in America. It's impossible. We're so diverse.
Well, it is. Well, he's supposed to speak for the majority, but you know what? They should have term limits, and then they can't get like they're anointed. See,
Right.
they're royalty now. I'm the senator. I've been here 40 years.
We could debate Palestine and Israel here, but you and I both agree there's assholes on both sides. And there's this other element, Howard, which is
Politics.
politics, which we were talking about. But no, there's this other element of the fact that there's a power dynamic there. There's a clear power dynamic.
Well,
Right? Israel was created as a country on people's land who were already there. That's a fact. Okay.
Well,
and
there's lots of Jews there too before
Absolutely.
they were brought there.
that's exactly right.
Okay.
Many. And when they gained the power, right? When they acquired the power, right?
No, they fought for that power. See,
However,
there was a war.
whatever word you want, we can debate
Yes.
that. We can debate. They acquired power. Would you
So
agree
why?
with that?
Yes, sure.
All right. My question now is, with great power comes great responsibility. How have they dealt with that power? I think in a really shitty way.
Well,
Open air prisons.
you're saying it's not fair, but where is it
I've-
written that something's going to be fair?
I've personally been in those open air prisons multiple times.
Well-
I've had to work there and do stuff there, and I'm like,
Oh, you mean you mean at the border here? Or
Yeah.
are you talking about where?
no, when Palestinians are trying to enter Israel, or
No, they got to go through a gate now to come, or through openings.
gate is very generous.
Yeah, well, they got to have a pass that
dude-
they're
a
not
dude-
going to go blow up some buses.
A
yeah.
dude putting his gun in my face when I'm trying to cross,
Well,
and then he sees that I'm American,
but it wasn't.
and he starts asking me all sorts of weird questions.
But wait a minute. They asked my daughter all kind of weird questions because she's got an Arab name.
What's her name?
Her name is Arden Sharif.
Really?
Weitzman, yes. So
Arden
they asked where
Sharif.
Sharif, yes.
Are you Ashkenazi or Sephardic?
I'm European.
Okay, so you're Ashkenazi,
Yeah.
and why is her name Sharif?
Because my daughter, my wife loved Omar Sharif. So she named him named her Sharif.
That's cool.
So when we were in Israel, they pull her aside and ask her where she got that name.
And do you like that racism?
No, I tell them it's none of your fucking business.
There you go.
That's what I tell them.
See,
So
give me some fist bump there.
that's what I tell them.
And did they stick a gun
No,
in their
they
face?
give me a hard time, but that's the way it is.
Yeah, and
That's the way it is.
and
That's the way it is.
it doesn't mean that it has to be that way.
Well,
you understand
it's created over years.
Decades,
Okay, decades. So
Centuries.
So
and guess what? That shit.
and it's not going to stop.
Oh, there we go.
It's not going to stop.
Now we got
so
you.
in 50 years, the Palestinians will be over, and then we'll be. You see, now it's the Israelis are strong. You know,
I'll guarantee
it's
you one thing.
constantly switching. Now.
I'll guarantee you one thing. It'll never change. It'll never change. If
oh.
a guy like Howard Weitzman believes it's never going to change.
Well, it's never going to change to keep fighting. That's dependent on who's going to be on top. That changes all the time.
Sure. 48 times Jerusalem's changed hands in the
That's
last
right.
2,000 years.
Yeah. So what are you going to do?
last
You had the
several
Persians,
3,000
you had all the Babylonians. It keeps going back and forth.
All right, let's talk
The
about
human race doesn't know how to have peace. And I don't know why. Here, you and I are getting along good. I love you.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, well, I don't know what your thoughts are. I'm telling you what my thoughts are.
I just did a fist bump with him. He just punched the shit out of my fist. No, I do like you, Howard.
Yeah.
But I do think there's this element of hope that I invite you to.
Hope.
This element of hope, which
Hope.
that's
a real broad word, hope.
yeah, it is a broad word, but I think it's
But we're
real.
lucky we're living here in America. See,
In
This
some
is
ways,
a-
yes.
This
In
is a
some
great
ways,
country.
no.
This is no.
Again, you can't. I don't think it's black and white. You think it's black and white?
No. Nothing's black and white.
Have you lived in Canada before?
I've been up there quite a bit, but
I lived there for 2 years.
Yeah, you like it better?
Overall, no, I like America better. However, they have got it
Less discrimination.
much less discrimination.
I know.
They got it way better government-wise. They know what they're doing government-wise. Everywhere I walk in Toronto, there's like a soup kitchen funded by the government. No one's hungry there. There's
I like Toronto. Yeah,
it's
a good
beautiful.
city.
They know what they're doing from a government perspective there. They stand for the people way more
Yeah,
than
but
the US.
how many people are in Canada?
30 million. I don't think that's a factor. If they can do it for 30 million, if they can do it for 30,000,
You may
or
be
30
right.
million, they can do it for 300 million. It's a matter of systematization. But anyway, let's get back to Masons. So how has being a Mason helped you in the real estate business?
Well, it's a nice organization, and they're mostly business people, all kinds of people. In fact, in our lodge, they've got a few Arabs, Arab people.
Palestinians?
I don't know where. I didn't ask them where they're from.
Okay.
They're in our lodge, the Skokie Lodge. It's called the Chicago Lodge. It's moved around quite a bit because
Are there a lot of members?
they faded.
Yes, it's a little bit.
Most of our founding fathers were Masons.
Is that right? George Washington?
Yeah,
Mason.
yeah. I think Adams was. Jefferson.
What is a Mason?
Why don't you join? You'll find out.
That's one way.
I'll put your name in.
That's one way.
Yeah.
I'll
Where do
consider
you
it.
live?
Bucktown.
Oh, that's not too far. It's Skokie.
Yeah, it's
right. Our
easy.
lodge is up in Skokie.
How often would I have to attend? Like, what's my
Well, they
what
have
commitments?
we have brotherhood meetings every week. I mean, every month, once a month,
Oh, once a month. Okay.
and then we have charity things.
No women allowed.
What?
It's just men.
No, women are in there. There is a women branch.
Okay, and that'd be called the sisterhood.
Yeah.
And so how would I benefit?
It's not a religious thing.
No, right.
You have when you come in, you have to believe in a God.
That is a requirement.
Yes.
Atheists are not allowed.
No, we don't believe in atheists.
So the Masons discriminate against atheists.
Is an atheist. Most people aren't atheists. They believe in something, that there's a power. You would call them
Honestly?
agnostic. Would you call an agnostic an atheist?
No, but
No.
honestly, true atheists, I do have respect for them. You want to know why? Because oftentimes they think about God more than you and me.
They might. I don't know.
How do you not respect that? You got to let them in Masons. Come on, you should do a.
I don't think they do.
You should call an order.
When you take your oath with them, you got to believe in some upper power.
Okay, so how would I benefit by becoming a Mason?
Oh, it's just good brotherhood and charity.
Mm.
We have the hospital, Masonic Hospital.
Yes.
And we don't turn anybody away.
Is that right?
Yeah. We have, like our lodge, we're going to have scholarships we give out to some of the public schools.
Nice.
Yeah, so we do, it's a charitable and a brotherhood type thing.
Now, I have heard of like sketchier things that happen at some of these Mason meetings or some of the things that the Masons do. Is there truth to any of that?
Yeah, they hang them all the time. They drink their blood too.
Ned Stark.
And they got horns.
Ned Stark.
And they
style?
got tails on them.
Are you more a horn guy or a tail guy?
I don't know.
All right, so you're saying
that's just like the Jews are supposed to have horns and tails. You know what I'm saying to you? You sound foolish now.
What are there?
You got more sense than that.
Are there more Christians or Jews in the Mason?
When you say Christian, Catholic Christians? Catholics don't like
Masons?
Masonic order because they feel that they're competing, but they're really not.
Because it's not a religious organization.
No, it's not a religious organization.
How would you describe it? It's what, a community?
It's a brotherhood.
A fraternal
A
organization.
fraternal, yeah, like you join a fraternity, although it's worldwide.
Do you know anything about the Shriners?
Yeah, that's a little higher up.
What does that mean, higher up?
It's,
You got to have more like $5 million?
I don't know. It's a different branch. I got blackballed out of there.
Get out of here.
No, I didn't want to. They asked me a certain question on race, and I said, no, it wouldn't bother me one bit.
What was the question? Do you remember?
No, I don't want to get into it.
Why not? Okay, we don't have to get into it.
No, that's how I don't want to get into it.
We don't have to get into it. But why don't you want to get into it?
What?
We will not get into it.
No, because that's my opinion,
Oh, okay.
Somebody else may have another opinion.
Gotcha. You're being
So
sensitive.
I didn't go to the Shriners.
You're being sensitive to the fact that your opinion may offend someone.
That's right.
Was
So
it about Arabs and Jews or Arabs and Palestinians?
No.
All right. It must have been about blacks.
No. See, boy, you're not so stupid. You're not so stupid.
Bingo.
Howard. Bing, bing, bong, bing, bong. Have you guys heard Trump when he does
Well,
that?
you see, you don't understand this country. See, the first,
Teach me.
the first, which I'm looking for the word. Words fade from my. I'm getting.
You're pretty sharp, actually, Howard.
I am, but I forgot the one. The first. Let's say, put non-segregationist.
Okay.
Let's put it. I'm looking for the word. Come on.
Non-segregationist.
Yeah.
Abolitionist?
No, that's what he was, an abolitionist. That's right. Okay. What color was he?
The first abolitionist?
Yes.
I
The
mean-
real one that gave his life up.
I mean, there's a guy named John Brown.
Oh, that's him.
I know him.
See? Oh, you know.
But-
But the black people don't know him. Half the ones learning in school have no clue.
I blame the schools, not the black
That's
people.
exactly. I didn't black him. That's right. And if you don't know your history, you have no way where you're going. That's
Yes.
what they preach hate.
Who's
'Cause
they? The school systems?
No, our politicians, a lot of them preach hate.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. How else would they stay billionaires? They need us to be separate.
Yeah, they
need us to be
divide
scared
and
of each
conquer.
other.
That's what it's called.
Are you going to teach us about real estate or not?
Yeah, I'll teach you. All
right.
Yes.
Teach us. So for example, if I want to buy a 3-flat, it's really
Yes.
simple. Let's just go really basic.
You got to see what the rents are. You can make compares what's in the neighborhood.
Or like Airbnb, I can Airbnb one of them, right? Do you know what that is?
They're having trouble with them. They want to cut them out.
They do, but they're not.
Yeah, they say they have parties there and it disturbs the neighborhoods. God forbid somebody should do something with their own property.
Do you own more residential or commercial?
I don't own anything. I'm selling it all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you can't sell anything if you don't own anything.
Yeah, well, I'm selling off. I'm selling my properties.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you
I'm old.
retiring?
Yeah.
Well, I just pass them along to your daughter and your son-in-law.
Because they want more armchair type investments.
I got you.
Okay.
That's a lot of the investing I do is armchair type.
Yeah.
And so the investing you've been doing is more active?
Yeah, I like building.
Gotcha.
I'm a builder.
A developer.
Right.
What do you?
I wouldn't say I'm a developer. I'm a builder.
What's a
A developer
My name
puts-
means builder.
What?
My name means builder.
Yeah. Well, have you ever built anything? Come on. You knew this was a sprinkler system. I'm looking around here. What else would we notice?
I mean, technically, no. Like, I've never really built.
Probably a precast roof. I don't know.
Now, when you say you're a builder, what you do is you instruct people to actually build shit.
Well, I actually sit with the architect because half of them, there's good ones and bad ones.
Yeah, I
put it
know.
that way. You know, a lot of them make mistakes.
You got to watch over their shoulder.
Right.
I got
And
you.
then when the builder comes in, you've got to watch over them too.
All right. What was your
So
favorite? What was your favorite, funnest project you ever did?
Well, the most was probably Blue Island.
Okay. What'd you do there?
Well, it's a freezer building. We converted it to condos.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Right down from St. Ignatius.
Wait, Blue Island Avenue.
Yeah.
Near St. Ignatius.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. How many units did it become?
320.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does it have the loft feel and the
yeah,
industrial
that's what
feel?
it is, loft living.
Well
Yes,
done.
Very
well
nice.
done.
Yeah.
And did you sell them all?
Yeah, pretty much.
You didn't rent any, did you?
I got a few rentals
Oh,
that
nice.
I kept.
Oh, nice. Smart man.
Yeah, it's nice.
And then so 320 units. So then you had to set that up by getting the right contractors and getting the right funding in place, right?
Right. Getting the approval from the city, getting the right architect. We had that, what was it? Very good architect. He'd done a lot of them.
Mm.
Papa George Haynes.
Oh yeah, Papa
They're
George.
very, very, very expensive, but you pay for what you get.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah, absolutely. My
Right.
dad used to say, cheap is expensive.
It is. That's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true.
So he was good. You know, he had some little fine things that needed to be corrected, but big building's a big building.
Hell yeah. And then you did you bid it out to various contractors? Or did you know who
Yes.
you wanted to use?
No, we used a little guy. And
Oh, really?
He did a real nice job. Well, we talked to Welsh. Welsh was
Expensive.
overpriced.
Yeah.
Then he wants to say, well, any changes are extra. Boy, they really.
Yeah.
Then we had.
Weren't you worried the small guy wouldn't be able to handle it? 320 units is nothing to sneeze at.
He was bondable.
Bondable?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
He had to put a bond up that he completed. Not the bonding company paid for it.
Do you know what that means, John? A bondable? Something that's bondable?
He was bondable.
Like in jail, you have
He
to put
put
up
a
a bond.
several $1 million bond up.
Really?
Yeah.
Who held that? Escrow in the
Yeah,
bank?
one of the insurance companies.
Got it. So if
He's
anything,
a bondable company.
if he was not, if he
If
didn't
he
finish the
wasn't
project,
bondable, we weren't going to use.
so if he doesn't finish the project or he messes
Right.
up the project, you keep that money
Right.
and you go back to
No,
what
we
you
go
call it.
and get a new contractor. Yes.
But you're able to use that.
But
money.
it's a lawsuit.
He doesn't wanna
Nobody
deal with
wins
that
a
shit.
lawsuit.
Right.
There's no winners.
Of course. Well, but
The lawyers. That's
But
who
at
the
least-
winners are.
at least the bond works in a way to keep the contractor in line,
Right.
not to just start screwing around.
Correct.
Okay.
And he did a pretty decent job, this guy.
You're happy
He
with
did,
him?
so he did a lot of public schools and stuff. He was very, very capable.
Nice.
Very.
I got a microphone.
I'd
issue.
mention his name, but I don't know if he'd want me to.
I mean, it'd be good marketing for him.
Well,
You might actually help him get more business.
K.R. Miller.
There we go. Look at you, bad boy.
Yeah, I liked him. He was very, very honorable. Very honorable.
Good man. What year did you do that?
Shoot, been 8 years, 10 years already.
Oh, that's not a long time ago.
No,
Why was it so fun? Why did you like doing that one?
well, you create things. It's like creating
Creative,
something.
right?
Yeah, creating things.
You didn't live in any of those units, did you?
No.
What were some of the bigger size units, like 3,000 square feet?
No, about 2,000.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, they were small. It was a rough job. But we've done, I've done other buildings, apartment buildings and stuff over the years. It's, you got to, everybody thinks real estate is easy. It's not. It's long term. You got to fix things up. But it's crazy now between the taxes and the utilities and the politicians and all the nonsense. It's 3 months, 2 to 3 months income And I don't like working for nothing. Do you like to work for nothing?
Hell no.
Me neither. So that's it. I got out of the apartment business. I don't want them. No. So,
Well, we got some schooling from you on that real estate. That makes some sense. And the last thing I wanted to ask you was about the financing for that Blue Island Avenue deal. How did you line that up? Was it with like a long-time relationship?
Well, no. We put it out to
A few banks?
yeah, we put it out. We got where are you from? Ohio?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was how Ohio Savings and Loan gave us the money.
No shit. A small bank.
No, it was big. They were big, but they
Ohio Savings and Loan? I've never even heard of
they
them.
were a big company. Big.
Are you
But
sure?
they went under. They went under when the bottom dropped out.
Okay, so you sure they're that big?
No, all the banks went under here.
You sure they didn't go under because of your Blue Island deal?
No, no, they got paid.
They got paid.
Every bit of it.
What was the like? Did you have to also find the equity, or were you able to put it up yourself?
No, we had the equity, the building.
Okay, so you were able to use the building as equity.
Yeah.
Got it. And they gave you a loan based on that.
Yeah.
And so if you didn't pay the loan back, they just take the building.
Yeah. Well, but the banks, they don't want the product. They're in the business of loaning money. They really don't want real estate.
It's kind of like the bondable thing.
Yeah.
They just want to put your balls on the line.
Right. And they try to deal with people that have been in the business. You know, it's hard for somebody to get started.
So did you acquire the building with one bank and then?
No, I acquired it from Beatrice Food when they broke up. It was a freezer building.
Gotcha. But I mean, did you just buy it outright cash?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha. So that's how you got the equity there.
Right.
And then you sold them one by one, 320 units.
Right.
Cha-ching!
No, we took a partner in that he did the marketing. New West Realty.
Yeah. What was the name?
New West.
New West Realty.
Yeah, he's over on Taylor Street.
All right, finally, last question. When all was said and done,
Mhm.
and you sold the final last unit, and the deal was just about to finish, what'd you make? Like a cool 25 mil?
No. Big bottom dropped out, so we made very little. But
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, so am I. But hey, it got done, and we wound up with a bunch of units.
You know what's cool about that whole story? When I didn't know you were going to tell me at the end you didn't make that much money.
No, not
but,
that much.
But here's what I liked about that
See,
story.
but if it was like in this market, boy, these
oh
guys
my God, you'd be killing it.
You're right.
Here's what I like about that story. You still told me it was the funnest deal you ever did.
Yeah, it was very creative.
Even though you didn't make a ton of money, it was the funnest
it was
deal.
a lot. Well, the city wanted us to tear it down at one time. We convinced them that we should mothball it. You know what mothballing a building is?
John?
I don't
You
know
know
why
what
you
they
keep
do?
coming to me. I've been like 0 for 10 on this whole episode.
Come on, John.
Mothballing sounds like something you do to
Come on.
I don't know. I'm picturing like Ghostbusters with a big vacuum and you just shoot a bunch of mothballs in the building.
No,
All right, what does it mean?
mothball. Did you ever hear when they mothball ships?
Mm-mm.
Have you been to Bremerton?
What's that?
Or what's the other one? Where we have our mothball Navy?
No. I'm sorry,
Well,
Howard.
that's when they winterize a ship and they leave it in port. In other words, they don't use it anymore. We sell it. So you drain it down.
Winterize it, yeah,
you drain it down. You make it
Dry.
dry as you can so it stays. So you mothball it. So that's what
That's
we
what they
did.
wanted you to do with it.
No, that's what we did with it.
Oh,
And
okay.
the city said you're not going to be able to mothball it because it was
Ah.
a freezer building.
Ah.
If you shut the freezer off, you're going to shock the building.
Ah.
I said that building's built like a brick shit house. You're not going to shock anything.
They didn't know what they were talking about.
No, but
You've built enough shit to know. Howard Weitzman, it's been awesome having you on this podcast, sir.
yes.
I know we disagree on a lot of shit, but I still don't hate you. You're a good man.
A lot of what?
Shit.
Well, what is that? The fertilizer?
There you go.
That's
All this man thinks about is dollars and cents.
You know, that makes things grow. You know that.
That's right.
Now, listen, you talk about the Israelis. They made the desert bloom. Now, see, you know why the Egyptians like them so much?
What's that?
You think about it.
I'll think about it.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
They helped them double their cotton production.
Yeah.
Doubled it.
Yeah.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah. You know what else?
Doubled it.
You know what else they doubled? Hosni Mubarak's pockets. That's also what they doubled.
But the cotton growers made money too. So.
Yeah, you're right. There's probably 3,000 people who are billionaires.
Well,
in
I don't
Egypt.
know, but
the other 80 million.
They put their sprinkling or their drip.
Sometimes strong economics does not mean it's good for everyone.
Well, that's what they're known for. Their cotton.
That's right. Egyptian cotton.
Egyptian cotton.
Thank you, Howard. JD.
Always a pleasure.
Love you, brother. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.